Hola amigos, this is Level12 and today we are going to be finding out why anime parents basically have to be dead or just missing, you know? Why is this an issue? There's a phenomenon in anime where main protagonists are without one or both parents. The issue lies in the fact that most of these protagonists are young teens or early adults that one would not expect to be able to be on their own. Now this is like college-age students that don't have work experience, don't have money, don't have things to pay with, and people kind of get upset with this notion of young teens not having parents and just living life as they can because it gets kind of annoying because most teenagers aren't on their own at such an age, and it's just kind of unbelievable. But there's actually a logical reason as to why anime protagonists can't have parents. One of them, the parents hold the protagonist back. Since most protagonists are kids, having parents alive or in the picture would simply hold the kids back. Parents most likely wouldn't let their kids go on crazy or wild adventures. Like, a parent's main instinct is to protect their child. They're not going to willingly put them in harm. This is like in Gurren Lagann or Bento. In Gurren Lagann, if Simone's parents had been alive, they probably wouldn't let their son go to the surface with a crazy shirtless dude that was shouting, "Your drill will pierce the heavens." That's just weird. Or in Bento, where the parents are alive, they just don't send him money to get food. But if they knew what he had to do to get, like, dinner, they probably would not be chill with that. Again, parents' instinct to protect their kids is pretty strong, and if the parents were alive, we probably wouldn't have a show. Next, a parent's death can be a motive. Sometimes a parent's death or absence can be used as a character's motive for the plot. This can be vengeance, as seen in Black Butler. When Seal's parents were killed, it gave him the motive and the will to kind of live again, and that's why he needed Sebastian. He needed Sebastian to help him find his parents' killer and get them back for it. Restoration of the parents, or finding them, or like if they got kidnapped, as seen in Fullmetal Alchemist. Now, while the main part of Fullmetal Alchemist was to get the brothers' bodies back, the setting in motion of all that was trying to get Ed and Al's mother back. So I feel like the mom was part of the motivation, or to make the deceased / missing parent proud, as seen in Ouran High School Host Club. Haruhi's mother died tragically before the show started, and Haruhi wanted to work as hard as she could to become a lawyer like her mom. So it can be a motive. It doesn't always have to be vengeance. It can be like a sweet thing. Really, really nice, touching Ouran High School Host Club. 3. A parent's absence can be beneficial. A parent doesn't have to be dead for a main protagonist to feel like they don't have one. Wish I'd worded that better, but sometimes we know a protagonist has a parent, we just hardly see them ever. It's like insane how little we see the parent, and in a real person's life, if they're still living at home, they're going to see their parents probably 24/7, unless they're at school. This is seen in mainly high school anime, where the protagonist has parents, yet they aren't fully relevant to the plot. Like, yes, we know teenagers have parents. Do we need to see them all the time? Not really. This is seen in shows like Lucky Star, where we do meet almost all the girls' dad or mom or whatever, but they're not there 24/7. We see them, and we learn a little bit about them, and we learn how they live their lives and how they're able to afford what they want. And Anohana, if the dad had been super strict and serious like Menma's mom, then the plot probably wouldn't have gone as well, because can't remember the guy's name. Wasn't Haru, whatever the guy's name was, his dad was pretty chill and kind of believed that Menma was there, and Menma's mom was super just strict and serious and did not like to talk about Menma or get rid of her stuff or just all of this type of stuff, and was so weird about the firework. And that can be what happens when a parent's absence can be harmful but also beneficial. And in Rosario plus Vampire, obviously he went away to a school, so it wouldn't really make sense for his parents to be there, but he still visited them on his vacation time, so they weren't gone. It was just normal for him not to see his parents because he did go away to a boarding school. I would also like to admit, Silver Spoon, didn't really know how to face this. These are kind of 4 and 5. In Silver Spoon, he left his parents so he could prove himself, some self-worth to his dad. And in, what was the other one? Oh yeah, in Dragon Ball, Goku died, so Gohan had to be taken from his mom to be trained by Piccolo. there's other reasons for a parent's absence. I just couldn't put those two for their own little slide. What happens when parents are present? Parents being present, there's nothing wrong with an anime if the parents are around. For some anime, it's beneficial to have them as main members, and for others, it's better to leave them on the back burner. Some anime have really interesting interactions between the protagonists and their parents. Like in Death Note, we get to see the power struggle between Light and his dad, and we get to see them we get to see Light outwit his dad, and we get to see how a parent worries for their child. Same in Umineko, we get to see a couple sides of the coin. We get to see a parent who isn't really good to their child, and we get to see a parent who is so overprotective of their child. There was one mother who swung a double-barrel shotgun around to protect her daughter, and there was one mother who hated her child, who was like the scorn of the earth, who like ruined her life, and we got to see the mother be really bipolar with this child. Like, at one moment she was super loving and kind, and then the other moment she was insane, slapping the child on the ground, ripping the head off one of the child's stuffed animals. So it's really interesting to see main characters' interactions with their parents, because usually main characters with their parents are around. The main characters are teenagers, they don't have life experience, and then the parents do. And then sometimes they're insane, like the mother from Umineko, who was just totally insane. Was Umineko a good anime? No. Was the mother a good character? Kind of. My two favorite characters from Umineko are was it Maria? Yeah, Maria and her mother, who had the weirdest relationship ever, but it was so good. Would watch that one arc again. Anyways, other times parents would just get in the way, as stated before. Like, if Ed and Al's mom had been alive, we would have no Fullmetal Alchemist. If Simon's parents had been alive, then Kamina probably would have gone to service alone with the red-haired girl whose name escapes me at the moment. And it's just, sometimes it's a good thing for the parents to be dead, and sometimes it's not. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was kind of weird and not very well rehearsed, but when are my videos ever well rehearsed? So anyways, I thought it was annoying how people complain about, oh, main protagonist parents are always dead. It is so stupid. Oh my gosh. And then I'm just like, well, there's reasons for it. There's a chart as to why a main character's parents have to be dead. There's just, yeah. It's not just the fact that it's to give them freedom. There's a bunch of other reasons, and think about it if they did have parents. Think about it from that perspective. Would you want your favorite character to have their parents there just spoiling the fun? Yeah, so I thought I would give animes that kind of don't have the parents there their fair chance of theirs. Whatever. Y'all know what I'm trying to get at. It annoys me how people complain about that, yet they don't understand why it's like that. Anyways, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for more anime and otaku related content. Ciao, chicos!